The long-term downward trend of the cost of solar has been key to scaling up deployments, although this year has been hit by supply chain shocks and inflationary pressures. How much scope is there to further improve the economics of solar?
Yeah, the supply chain shock and inflation definitely impact the cost of solar energy. But on the other hand, we also have to see that the energy price increased significantly. So at the end, actually, solar energy is still remain as one of the most competitive like energy source globally and especially in Europe. And if we have an outlook into the future, there's definitely a lot of potential on the further improved economies of solar energy. I think innovation is the key to make this happen in terms of, first of all, the solar module product itself, which is the heart of a solar energy system. So we have to keep improve the efficiency of solar modules. So for example, in Trina's case, we have introduced brand new Vertex modules based on the latest 210 technology platform. We also actually have been ramping up latest N-type technology for the whole industry to lead the transition. So this is one. If we have more efficient solar modules, naturally we actually reduce the system cost. So this is a fundamental improvement we have to do. On the other hand, it's very important innovation at the solar energy system. So we don't just look at the single component in the solar module product, but we also have the system. For example, I think a lot of everyone's talking about storage. So it's not really purely about solar, but we had to like put storage technology into the system so we actually can create new revenue stream for our customer. So actually you'll make help actually we adopt more solar energy. And the last, I think very important is innovation on sustainability. This is essential. It's become very hot topic at the moment, but why it has an economic impact? Because we have limited resource in the world. So if, for example, we have circular design, so we can recycle material, that will really, in the long run, help us to improve the economics of solar energy. So in Trina's case, we target also to recycle 100% of our material in 2030. So it's a target we have.
Appetite for solar is continuing to grow in the race to net zero emissions, particularly given the recent turmoil in energy markets. Where is Trina seeing the most demand growth right now?
Yeah, it's a very interesting question. I think everyone senses that the whole solar market is booming, like really a lot. And if we look into, in particular, the segment and also application, I think first of all the utility. So it continued to grow significantly. Why? Because traditional utility company or have to do the energy transformation. We also see a lot of ESG funds emerge. So they really dedicate a resource into the renewable energy. So that grows a lot. On the other hand, actually, in particular in Europe, we see a very strong growth in the rooftop. What does that mean? So basically everyone, all the private household actually can buy solar for their own home or business. They want to do a net zero for their own business. So solar, the beauty of solar energy is everyone actually can afford it. So it's not a big power plant. You have to invest millions or billions, but everyone actually can do. So this is a very, very strong segment now growing. So this is in Europe, but also, of course, globally. And then in terms of the region, so in Europe in particular, so we also still see very strong growth in Germany, Spain, Netherlands. But on Eastern Europe, we also see a lot of markets are emerging. So this is really, really very nice. But the challenge, of course, for all the businesses, how do we still remain as a very international company so we can enjoy the cost reduction continuously, but also we have to be very localized to put the products, solutions, services, all the network in place for them to support the growth in all these regions. So this is what Trina has been always doing and putting effort to be international, but also to be very localized in each market to support this energy transition in the world.
Solar is an essential part of the puzzle to a more sustainable world. But is there a way to make the solar industry itself more sustainable as well? And is that something that Trina's working on?
Definitely. Trina was founded in 1997, 25 years ago. Sustainability is exactly why Trina exists. So our mission is to make clean energy accessible to every human being in the world, which is UN SDG goal. And this is something we're definitely going to continue to work on. Before ESG become a very trendy world in the world, China has already been voluntarily disclosed, for example, our emission in the last 10 years through our CSR and ESG reports. On the other hand, we also had third party, for example, EcoVadis, to do annual audit of our social responsibility. So they actually also advising us how to further improve on the sustainability. And this is something we're definitely going to continue to do. And we also actually actively set our target, for example, for our carbon emission. And we also promise in 2030, we're going to use 100% clean energy in all our operation and production. And we also promise in 2030, we're going to use 100% recyclable material for our products. So we have made our commitment and we have to continue to work on this. But how to make this happen? One philosophy we believe is to work with our partner in the whole renewable energy sector across the value chain. So last year, with our main partner in the industry, with actually utility company, wind, solar, hydro, we formed a global alliance for sustainable energy. So we actually putting all the main player in the supply chain working together. And this is something we are doing over already a year. We're working on, for example, circular design, net zero, and also social responsibility. The goal is to actually to share with each other the best practice among the members. And eventually, we also want to demonstrate to the whole industry so we can together speed up the energy transition and also make the clean energy even more sustainable.